And so, make a long story short, the thing that really opened up our eyes was last spring when all of this stuff started happening. We were taking a look at our bank account, and because we're getting close to retirement. It's amazing how fast time flies. So if you're not even thinking about that yet, you want to take advantage of the time that you have. Because right now we're looking at our money in the bank, and it's going nowhere. As a matter of fact, it was going backwards because we paid extra money to get an interest-bearing account. And the amount that we were paying in fees did not even add. I mean, the interest didn't even add up to the fees we were paying. So we're going backwards, literally. It's like, this is stupid. We're seeing the inflation rate, we're seeing the cost of living go up like crazy, but yet our earnings are going backwards. So, and we looked at other investments and things like that. Stock market fluctuates up and down, but a lot of it's based on the paper money, the fake money that we all have right now that we've been taught is really what we all need to go out there and collect and save. And so much of what we've learned in the past couple of years has been incredible. We finally were listening to Robert Kiyosaki of Rich Dad Poor Dad fame, who had been telling and all of his people who listened to him to go out there and buy gold and silver, that it was really God's money and it was something that people should be getting their hands on all the time. And so we had some money in the bank. We went into our local dealer, we bought some there, but we came out of there just as really clueless as when we went in, except now we had gold and silver and we're clueless. So we went home, we put it into the safe, and I was like, all right, we did something. And a few months later, we got a call from a friend, and we work from home. We have a health and wellness company from home. And so we were not looking to hear about anything from any friends. And when this lady said, well, it's about gold and silver, we perked up and we said, well, I'd like to take a look at what you have. So we were attracted to the membership. The membership that you're going to hear about really was what caught our attention, because it was education on top of being able to go out there and get gold and silver, access to it, fractional amounts, and so many other benefits that you're going to hear about. But that's what caught our attention. And we didn't even really think about the business end of it, because there is that. And if you're only here to learn about, how you can go out there and get access to the membership, this membership stands alone in its benefits. And you're going to hear all about that. But I will say that if you do decide that you want to go out there and get the word out about this is how the company grows, is by a word of mouth, which is really the most effective form of marketing, because I think we all know that corporations and everybody else, there's a lot of lies floating around out there. And I'd rather be helping friends. And so long story short, we get started just simply with this company a little more than a year ago. And we've been investing in gold and silver. Our savings has been better than we've ever experienced. We're also in a position where, we've been able to go out there and help so many other people and be around a great community of like-minded people who want to go out there and understand that our dollar that we have, everybody, because what we're seeing in inflation is our dollar dropping in value. It's dropping in purchasing power by the day. And it's being done intentionally because they want to go and create a digital system. They've already said that. As a matter of fact, it's in the executive order that was just passed last week that that's what they want to do. And that can be very harmful to a lot of us who've been out there working hard for the paper dollars all this time. So that's what this membership's really all about, everybody, is to educate you and also to give you an answer to be able to help you in that particular scenario. And one of the folks that we have that I just want to ask to maybe come on and say a few words, because I know that many people know this lady, but we've been very fortunate to become friends with her over the past year and a half or so. Someone who we had respected from afar for a long time, but now having a chance to even get to know how real and genuine she is and perfectly in alignment, I would like to ask Dr. Northrup, if you wouldn't mind just kind of sharing a few words before we get started and sharing with people what the membership's all about, that would be great.
Right. So I met Danielle and Mark on the lawn of a favorite restaurant and noticed that they were the only ones who were not wearing a mask from the car to the picnic table, because you all know that is a dangerous little stretch there of 10 feet from your car to the picnic table. And then they knew who I was, turns out. And when we had our first meeting back in the day when we were afraid of getting arrested for having more than two people together, they came to my house and they told me they were in marketing. And when they showed me about this membership, I was very familiar with Robert Kiyosaki, because back when I went through my divorce, I realized that I knew nothing about finances and I had to become financially literate fast so I wouldn't lose the house. And so I learned about the cash flow quadrant. When they showed me a video of Kiyosaki saying, "This is God's money," I realized, wow, I understood residual income. I understood being a business or an investor as opposed to a employee or self-employed. So over on the left hand of the cash flow quadrant, you pay the most in taxes and you work the hardest. And over on the right, owning a business, being an investor, that's the difference. Like he said, the wealthy and people who are middle class or poor do not think different. They think opposite. They think opposite. So I had spent a lot of years becoming financially literate. And right now, as I'm watching the fiat dollar lose its value quickly, it's the petrodollar, and it's all connected to the globalists and all that. I just knew, all right, I got to get my hands on gold and silver as quickly as possible. So I did what Danielle and Mark did, which is let's just get some stuff from APMEX. You know, you can go right online, buy gold and silver from APMEX. I had no idea what I was doing. You know, I said, you know, all right, I got a big, heavy silver bar somewhere. But then when I began to learn about this opportunity, and particularly the numismatic collectible coins, which at first I thought, oh God, I don't want to do this, but I could bury them in my backyard and, you know, maybe someday they'll be worth something. But I kept at it and realized that this was the hedge that pretty much everyone needs to get through this bridge that we're going over now into a new way of doing things with humanity. We may get to the point where there's no currency, you know, probably sometime after I have made my transition to another planet. I do think we're going there. But for right now, this is something that, you know, even a hard sell. I've got a friend who's really old money. His great grandfather did the Trans-Canada Railroad. And when I told him, hey, if I were you, I'd get some silver, and even he got it. Oh, okay. If I had some silver dollars, I could exchange that within a small community and get by. What the other thing that I found is this community here, the people who have been drawn to this are actually my people. Generally, you are people who are self-starters, independent, and freedom-oriented. And so this turns out to be the right kind of high vibe soul tribe that I'm interested in being around. So that's my story. And I've been I'd like to get the word out to as many people as possible, because knowing about this and then not sharing it, when right now there's probably going to be the petrodollar will go away. I'm hoping that we have something else coming down the pike. I know right now, this very moment, the banks are in some kind of a transition. So anyway, I'm glad that you're here on this call, and then you can learn about this. And I also want you to get over your denial. Your denial about what's going on financially is their protection. And we don't want any denial or cognitive dissonance. You can get into action, do something that could help you, but not from a place of fear, from a place of knowledge. All right.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Thank you, Chris, for sharing. And we so appreciate you and your courage, especially over the last 2 years. You are a divine global leader, and we're so grateful to know you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I also just want to ask really quick, because we also have a large Irish and UK contingency on here, because we are creating a global community. And Carl, I would love for you to just hop on really quick and give us a few words before we get started, and tell us a little bit about you and what you're loving about 7K.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you to all the guests that showed up for me. I really appreciate your time as well, and your trust in me. Yeah, my name is Carl. I'm from Ireland. I've got a background in electrical engineering. I've got a degree in electrical engineering. I started investing in precious metals back in 2018. Big bars, I'm talking 5 kilo big bars, 1 kilos, 5 kilos. But then I saw this, and it instantly, drew my attention. The collectibles, the fact that you can get residual income from it, it's incredible, and I know that the people of Ireland, and not just the people of Ireland, but all across the world, they need to protect their wealth.
Yeah.
And when you protect your wealth, then you can start generating more, because that's the first bit. And this is what Mark and Danielle are going to share with you today, folks, is how to protect your wealth and then how to grow it. We are in some crazy times. Now is the time to really, take notes as well. Once Danielle and Mark are going to start talking, I'm going to shut off my camera so there's no distractions. There will be a Q&A at the end. I'll probably share a little bit more about my story as well. But yeah, go ahead, Danielle, Mark. The stage is all yours.
Awesome. Thank you, Carl. And
All right. Go ahead and ask.
all right, Carl, we're going to let you decide. Mark is debating. Should he just press play on the video or should he do a live presentation?
Go live, baby, go live.
All right. Well, let me get in here, actually. I want to say, all right, so I do have some props here, so I'm going to be able to share with you throughout this thing. So this will be pretty helpful. So, all right, give me 1 sec. Let me bring up, I thought you were going to say recording, so I didn't have the PowerPoint open. All right. So here's what I will tell everybody that, right now, what we have in terms of obviously timing has been pretty fantastic for Danielle and myself. Like Dr. Northrup was saying, it was something that, we had the chance, very fortunate to be able to meet her. Hang on 1 sec. Okay.
Am I doing something wrong?
I think so.
Okay.
You
Hey,
talk.
Annie, do you want to quickly share your story? Sorry, guys.
I was about to say, do you need me to sing or something?
I would love it.
Hi, I'm Annie. I'm Dr. Northrup's daughter. And for me, I have not been a particularly money-oriented person. I was living in New York, pursuing a career as an actor and singer. And there have been a lot of changes in that industry in the past couple of years. And so for me, this has been a way to do something practical to secure my future amidst this very overwhelming time. And that feels good and grounding to me. And it's a great group of people to work with. So that's the long and short of it for now.
Awesome. Perfect
Yes.
timing.
Yes. All right, so I'm going to get right into it, and I'm just going to bring up this video as well, because this explains how the stacking cell works and also how the other thing works as well. So let me just set, no, that's not it. This makes it a point so much. We don't want that one. All right.
Why don't you just-
All right. All right, so here we go, everybody. I want to show you this presentation. This right here is, first off, the first thing I'm going to tell everybody is this, is that as a disclaimer, I want everybody to know I'm not a financial planner. I'm not giving you tax advice. Just to keep compliance wise, we want to tell you that investing in precious metals is something that basically is under your own consent. And I would say that one of the biggest things that we should be doing is actually saying this about our paper money, because the paper money that we have is backed by nothing. Gold and silver have been money for thousands of years. They've always been looked at as money from every country really around the world. And so I really personally consider that the risk is in the paper money, not in the gold and silver. But to be compliant, we're going to share everybody this disclaimer, encourage everybody to read. I now want to just ask everybody who's listening to this, look at your own personal situation and just ask, are you putting in more work now, and are you getting ahead, or are you just barely making ends meet? And I know what the answer is, because it's where everybody is right now, because this slideshow was made before this ridiculous inflation that's going on right now is taking place. As of 2017, 44%, almost half of Americans couldn't cover a $400 emergency expense without having to borrow it or put it on a credit card. Numbers are worse today because this doesn't take into account what happened with all these people being forced out of their jobs, being forced out of their businesses globally. So I can tell you that this is a global crisis, and this is why they're trying to really reset our entire global economy. And we're not going to be the ones who are going to be benefiting everybody. And so all of this inflation that you're seeing is something that all this inflation that you're seeing, these numbers you're seeing right here are just between 2000 and 2018, not even taking into account what happened in 2021. The numbers in 2021 are ridiculous. If you put gasoline up here, our gasoline is more than doubled in a year, more than doubled. It's ridiculous. And it's not slowing down either. And they keep saying, oh, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. And so what's happening, everybody, the reason why everything's going up is because of this. The dollar that we have is dropping in value. This is a little bit of history. In 1913, Federal Reserve was created. And in 1944, the dollar, which was backed by gold at the time, was considered really the standard of which all currencies around the globe were going to be based around. This was after World War II. Now, what happened was because of spending that our government was doing and because of other different sorts of trade deficits, countries wanted their gold from our country, and Nixon didn't want to give it up. So what he did was he temporarily suspended our money off the gold standard back in 1971. And now it's been over 50 years, this temporary suspension, and our dollar at that time, every currency around the world after 1971 became what is called a fiat currency. A fiat currency means it is backed by nothing other than what the government says it's worth and the public's trust. Let me ask you, how strong is the public's trust in money right now? Okay, as you can see, the value of the dollar dropped from 1913 to 2013 from $1 down to a nickel. That's the purchasing power. It's way lower than that right now. 8 years later or 9 years later, look at what all the stuff that's happened. It's probably down to a penny. Now, what happens when countries are in a fiat currency system? This is what they've traditionally done. And they have an economic crisis similar to what we're doing. They went out and they start printing money like it's going out of style. They print money like crazy. And they figure they're going to be able to print their way out of that economic crisis. It happened in Germany, Argentina, Zimbabwe, most recently Venezuela. And I'll tell you what, one of our founders and our CEO, each were in countries at different times when the fiat currency system collapsed. People were going in with wheelbarrows. They were burning money. It was useless. The paper money was now worth no more than the paper that it was printed on, literally. And it really kind of created a lot of chaos. People who had been protected because of gold and silver. But I want you to think about what history has shown. How did they try and get out of an economic crisis? They printed their way out of that crisis. Look at what's happening today. This is the printing of money. This is our money supply. And if you don't think that this is a little bit concerning, then you just have to go back in history and see, and even look around, as Dr. Northrup was referring to, that the petrodollar, a lot of countries are taking the dollar off that. And so when they're printing money like crazy right now, they're not concerned about us. They're not concerned with how hard we're working for that paper money. And this is where we've got to be proactive to protect ourselves, because really the one thing that's always been able to help hedge against this has been gold and silver. Governments and banks are hoarding it right now. They're buying it like crazy because it's always been money. It's always will be money. And at the same time, it'll be here long after we're all gone. So they're valuable, precious metals. And most people are never educated on these. And that's half the battle. Now, here's what I want to show you, because this is extremely important knowledge. If you went back to 1965 and you had 2,500 ounces or 2,500 paper dollars, equivalent roughly to the same thing, you could drive out with a brand new Ford Mustang. But if you fast forward to 2020, the 2,500 ounces could buy you 2 cars, while the $2,500 probably wouldn't even put down the down payment on one. That's the devaluing of the dollar. Watch this. This one blew my mind. The same amount of gold is worth about 3 times as much as it was 20 years ago. In 2001, you could buy a house that was $169,000 for 626 ounces of gold. In 2021, last year, for less gold, you could have bought 3 homes worth more than $1 million combined. If we would have been converting our gold or our fiat over to gold and silver all this time, where would we be right now? But we're not taught this. Now we're being in a position where we have to do something, because they're intentionally, again, trying to drive, in my personal opinion, trying to drive our economy right into the ground. Same thing with silver, everybody. You could buy 3 to 4 times as much as you could 20 years ago. And right now, silver is way undervalued. Anybody will tell you that. So here are the questions that many people have. They're thinking, well, what do I get? And who do I trust? This is what we were thinking. We went to the local gold and silver dealer because we had no other idea. We figured, hey, they're trustworthy. They've been in business. They must be selling the real stuff. But we didn't know what we were buying. We didn't know whether price-wise it was a good price. We were clueless. We didn't know what type of metals to get. So like I was saying, we walked out of there like, hey, but it was like, felt good, but nothing more than that. And also a lot of people are in that same boat. And here's the problem that they're getting mixed advice. And we didn't get really any advice. It basically was, here, take this. And you want to make sure you're getting the right metals for whatever your goals are. And we will teach you that, or you'll learn it, I should say, through the education here. There are scammers out there you have to watch out for. Some people or some of these companies or people that might be trading online deal with scams or fake metals. A lot of times you have high minimums. People can't afford to get in the game, the learning curve, and a lot of companies sell stuff they just don't have an inventory. Now in 7K, it's a different, basically, we really want to set up something so the average person can win by education, by giving them a platform, and by really just helping, you know, people of all diversities and ethnicities, as you can see here, to go out there and work together to be able to, you know, achieve and have something great. This is a lot of fun that we're doing. And all we're doing is telling people about this. We're not here to twist anybody's arm to go out and get this. This is your choice. But I would tell you, it simply makes sense. There's no one else looking out for you. Here you've got a community of people who all just understand the value and the power of gold and silver, and they're maximizing the benefits of this membership. I'm going to get into the benefits right now. These are our founders, though. I want you to understand the ethics behind these 4 gentlemen and their families. They are some of the most honest, high integrity people that you will meet. And the more you get to know them, the more that you'll just say, wow, it's so great to be partnered and aligned with a company like this. Their whole focus is really on improving the lives of the masses. Roger Ball, who is a billionaire with a B that you see pictured there, was actually in one of the Soviet countries when the fiat currency fell apart. And he even tells a story we have on video where he gets emotional talking about the people there and how they were struggling even just to be able to eat. And he wants to put together a company that's going to be able to impact people such as that. That's what we've got as the heart behind this company. And I'll tell you what, the more you see these guys, it's so fantastic and it's so refreshing to find people who still have honesty and integrity in this world. There's a lot of them out there, but there's a lot, I think, that we all would agree that just don't have that. And so our membership is something similar to like if you had a Sam's Club or a Costco membership, where you could go in and buy different sorts of products or items at discount prices. Well, here it's the same thing, except it's with gold and silver and many other membership benefits as well. So let me start by telling you what it is. First off, a lot of people want to, in terms of the metals, when people say, well, gold and silver, what is it? What are the different ways you get gold and silver? Bullion is the most popular way. Now, every time I heard bullion, all I'm thinking is pirates. It's like, oh, I got bullion, you know, so I'm thinking treasure chest or something like that. I don't know what the heck it was. It was, what bullion is it's rounds, it's coins, it's eagles, such as you see here. It's bars, and it's different sorts of metals that you're really looking at the price per ounce and the purity, which is 0.999 pure. And so there's many different ways of which you can get bullion. You can get it through physical gold and silver bars. We have a way to be able to get that. And also, you'll only get the inventory that we have in stock. We're not going to sell you stuff we don't have. Then we have our digital wallet, which is outstanding and will actually allow you to be able to buy gold and silver in fractional amounts in the form of eagles. And that's what I want to show you here. Instead of me telling you about it, I'm going to play for you a video that I actually made that kind of demonstrates the Sound Money wallet. So I think it might be a little bit easier than me trying to explain it. And I think it's more important for you to be able to actually physically see it as well, because then you actually see the benefits of what it's all about. So let me dig it up here. I'm sorry, hang on. And I'm just going to mute everybody, make sure that we don't have any background noise. No offense to anyone. All right, so let me share the screen. When you get a 7K membership, you're going to get a perfect self-replicated website that looks just like this. As we expand internationally, they're going to make each of the covers going to be more tailored to each of the different countries' pages, and they're going to have coins that are more reflective of that country's history. These are all things in the future and things to come. As of right now, this is the front cover of everybody's page who's a member in 7K. On this page, you're going to have a section that's called Products, where you can go in and literally have access to some of the most beautiful collector coins in here. You're also going to have, if you're in the US, a jewelry section, which is limited, and they're always changing it. It's not yet available in the international market simply because of the VAT tax, which makes it cost prohibitive. But on the bottom, you'll also see another section where you'll be able to get your hands on some different sorts of bullion. And these are excellent because these are dealer direct prices, so you're getting them with no markup whatsoever. They do tend to sell out quickly, though, because people jump on these deals very, very quickly, and they're open to everybody out there. So this is just one of the places where you can get bullion within your 7K membership. Now, the other way that you can get it, and you can get it access 24 hours a day, is through the Sound Money wallet. By clicking on account and then going in here to Sound Money wallet, you're going to be able to go in, and I've already logged in security wise, but here is where you can load your digital wallet from your bank. Basically, as you'll see here, I'll click on transfer. As I said, I've already put in the security, but this is where I can link my bank account or fund my wallet with a wire or a cashier's check or cryptocurrency. Now, the funding or the linking of the bank account is only in the US currently, but they are eventually going to be expanding it internationally. They just have to get through some of the regulatory issues with that to make sure it's all done the right way. But right now, let's just say that we have money in the cash balance, which we do, and I'm going to show you how simple it is to buy gold and silver. Once you've got cash in there, this is in the form of Eagles that you have your wallet in. Let's say I'm going to go from cash to buying silver. I see what my particular price is, and this is what the price of Eagles are, I should say, as of March 10th, 2022. This is a very good price, by the way, as of today, if you were to compare it to other dealers. All processing fees are free. And let's say I want to buy $5 in silver. Simple as that. I'm buying 0.135759 ounces of the Silver Eagles at this price. I click transfer, and instantly I just bought $5 worth of silver. Now, what the company is going to do is they're actually going to take a Silver Eagle for each ounce that I'm buying, and they're going to set it aside in a private vault out in Idaho. And so it's all backed by the physical metals, and our vault gets audited once a month by a third-party bank. But this is a great way that you can literally be able to buy silver and gold, not have to worry about minimums or maximums, have it stored for you for free. But once you also have it, there are a lot of options you have. And this is under silver or gold, either one. So let's say, for example, I've got it in my silver balance. I can either transfer it to gold, or I can choose to have it mailed to me if I'd like. Or one of the big advantages, in my opinion, is I can send silver to another member digitally. I put in the amount of dollars that I want to send them. Let's say they did some work on my car, so I want to send them $100 in silver. I put that in, I put in their username, and then a quick message to them. I click transfer. All of it's free, and the recipient would then see $100 in silver in their digital wallet. They could do whatever they wanted to with it then. They could have it sent back to them in the form of Eagles. So there's so many different factors that come into play, and such a great advantage of having this digital wallet. So thanks so much for taking. All right, so that shows everybody about how the wallet works. And I got to tell you, when you're buying gold and silver, as it says, you're actually buying the physical product, and that's very, very good. So I want to switch gears now over a little bit over to the collectible side. Some of you, and I can promise you this, if you're anything like me, you're saying, okay, well, I don't want to hear about the collectibles, because that was myself. I didn't think that was going to be anything that would be advantageous for us, but I can tell you the collectibles, in terms of what we were able to get through this company so far, have increased about 30% roughly. It's an incredible amount of percentage growth that we've seen. And here's the thing about collectibles is that you take a look at this Spider-Man comic book back from 1962, and it's really just paper and ink. So if you looked at what it was composed of, it wouldn't be worth anything. However, if you take a look at what it sold for a couple of years ago, 3.6 million, it's because of the uniqueness of that particular comic book, the rareness, the design, the story, whatever it might be. But the collectibles really stand out, and they always have over time. And they're where the elite and the wealthy families put their money, as you can see. Give you more examples. The Mickey Mantle card sold for over 5 million. The stamp, over $1 million for a postage stamp. Then you got the action figure. I used to have these when I was a kid. If I had any idea, I would have saved them. Then you got Pokemon cards and so forth. But again, look over here to the right. The 5 main assets that the wealthy go out there and look at are exclusive real estate, fine art, and then it's rare coins. Then gold and usable precious metals. The last 3 are all in alignment with what people get here at 7K. Now, some of our collectible coins have appreciated just like those that you've just seen. These are all collectible coins that at one point 7K actually had sold through their company, or had gotten as coin drops, which are coin releases. And 2 of them are 7K exclusive coins that 7K actually had minted. One of them being the Julius Caesar that came out in March of 2021. That coin sold for $349. And right here, it's saying the current market value is $750 to $1,100. It's over 1,000 right now. It's closer to 1,100 right now for that one coin that came out just little over 1 year ago. That Montana butterfly that everybody's seeing there, that was the very first autosaver coin that we got. We got that in December of 2020. We paid $139 for it. Right now, that coin is going for $1,100 on our Stack and Sell, which is a platform that reflects what people are actually paying for that coin. Okay, so these aren't just speculative numbers. These are actually what people are paying. And so these are all 7K exclusive coins that they've designed. Now, you might not be thinking, I'm not into the collectibles, I don't even want to hear about this, but I will tell you the appreciation of these coins has been tremendous while we're waiting for that silver bubble to pop. Now, we also have these different collectibles. These are our autosavers. These are coins that you can get automatically sent to you each month. I'm going to show you what they are. I'm going to try holding them up. I don't know if it's going to be as effective as that picture I showed, but we have 4 different autosavers. You get to pick which one or autosavers you want to have just kind of sent to you automatically, like disciplined savings. First one you can get is a Silver Eagle State Animal Series or State Label Series. So you can see the label up here, but it's really a Silver Eagle, okay? These are great. They're nice coins, and I think over long term, they're going to really appreciate very well. The second one, and these are the ones that I really like because we've seen the highest appreciation for them. Matter of fact, this one we just got today, and the day we got it, it's already has a market value $11 higher than what we paid. And that's this. This is the Florida Panther coin. So this has a different state animal for each of the 50 states. These are appreciating. This is the one that we had the Montana coin and the Idaho coin that have gone to increase of tenfold over what we paid for them. Then you have our state animal series in gold, which is a little bit smaller of a coin. And then we have our gold notes, which are based upon the different roots of humanity. This one here is faith, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, this is faith. The story behind this, and this is actually made of gold, this note, the collectible value of these are incredible. So these you can have automatically sent to you each month. I just wanted to share that with everybody, so I thought that might be helpful. Let me come back to the presentation here. Okay. These are just more collectible coins that the company has actually released through coin drops and other things such as that. You can see what people are doing. These collections that people are building, they're outstanding ways to leave something behind for your kids and your grandkids, because it's fun while you're building it. But then obviously we can't take it with us. You're leaving behind something that's appreciated in value. And we're taking our fiat currency that's dropping in value and we're putting it into something that is appreciating. Makes a lot of sense. This is Chris Latin. We got a chance to really get to meet him. What a good man. He actually teaches people how to fly Black Hawk helicopters. And look at his stack. I mean, he's taking care of his family. When we talked to him in the airport, he was saying it really means a lot to him that, you know, he's able to go out there and provide something for his family. And so these are quality people that you're seeing. So this membership, I'm just going to kind of zip through the benefits very quickly. You've seen the Sound Money wallet. Stack and Sell. Stack and Sell is a benefit that comes with our company that allows you to be able to go in and scan your graded coins and be able to see what they're worth and see how they appreciate. I have a video for that too. Let me bring that up because I think that's important. You also experience that very quickly. So give me 1 second here and let me bring that up. And I think that will be very helpful. So, all right. So here's this. Let me share this with everybody. I'm going to share with you very quickly how the Stack and Sell benefit in our 7 membership can be incredible and really help you out. One of the big issues that people have had with collectibles in the past has been able to protect them from theft, to make sure if anybody ever stole them, they've got something to make sure that they can still track them back to themselves. Also, if they're ever selling or buying these coins, they want to do it safely and they want to make sure there's no fraud involved. This program covers everything. With Stack and Sell, you're able to go and register your graded coins within your stack simply by scanning them in using your phone or any other method like that. Once they're in your stack, you're going to be able to take a look at those particular coins and see what you paid for that particular coin and what that market value is currently. Market value is going to be based upon what people have actually purchased the coin for within this platform. And as you can see, this market value has increased substantially. Now, if I wanted to sell the coin, watch the simplicity here. All I would have to do is simply click List for Sale. I would get a chance to see what other people are asking for that same coin, and then put in my asking price. I would then submit it, and my coin would be submitted onto the marketplace for other people to see and to shop for. Now, if they decide to buy that coin, I would then take the coin and send it on to the company Stack and Sell, and they would authenticate it and pass it on to the buyer. All of this is anonymous. We don't know each other, myself or the buyer, or vice versa. It's all done anonymously, and it's making sure that the metals are real. That's so important. Now, inside the marketplace, you're going to see some great appreciation, as you just saw with that particular coin. The Miss Liberty 2-ounce, for example. This coin has increased from $2.99 up to market value of $1,500. Now, we can't predict what coins are going to do in the future. I'm simply sharing what these two particular coins have done. One other coin that I want to share with you, and we look in the marketplace for this, is one of our autosavers in the program, our Idaho Animal Series in silver. And this is how it works. Basically, we look up the particular coin. Let me spell it right first. And this is our state Animal Series, Idaho. As you'll notice here, this particular coin, which we originally got for $139, now has a market value of $700. This coin came out in November of 2020, and you cannot buy that coin currently for less than $1,149. Now, I will tell you this, as you notice up in the upper right-hand corner, I have a watching star on there indicating that I'm watching this coin, and if it falls below $700, I get notified. When that happened about 2 weeks ago, I went in quickly to try and get that coin, and it was sold out in less than 30 seconds. The people want these collectible coins because of the rarity and the low mintage, and because of their uniqueness. So I wanted to share this because the power of Stack and Sell is incredible, and it's a great way that you can track your graded collectible coins and watch their value, and at the same time be able to make the sale or buy them completely anonymously and have fun doing so. Thanks for listening. Thank you so much for watching that. I do want to mention that for people internationally, you can use Stack and Sell currently to put your coins in, but you just can't do the buying and selling just yet internationally. That's coming soon. But it didn't matter for us because right now we haven't sold anything through there. We're still building our collection, and we're seeing it appreciate, and it's been doing incredibly well. And I know others on here have seen that too. So let me get back and kind of wrap up what our presentation is all about, and then we'll hear a couple more stories. In addition to what I've already gone over, we have a 7K Advantage discount program. This is a great way to be able to save money on travel for everybody around the world. But in the US, there's also ways to save on local stores, on local restaurants. We saved $100 on 2 tires recently just using that. If you use this member benefit, which basically is normally sometimes sold for $49 a month with other companies, here it's included as long as you're active. You have a chance to go out there and save money on everyday things, and it will pay for the cost of the membership. You can go shopping for yourself. We have our Auto Saver program. In the US, we have an incredible healthcare program, a health insurance with lower deductibles, lower premiums, and the largest extensive network in the country. You want to learn more about that if you're in the US and you want to look into healthcare. We have access to gold and silver bullion. We have coin drops, which are access to rare coins that our company releases, and everybody here would have first access to them. You know, one of the coins that we just released, and they have 20 in the entire set, one of the coins that they release, it sells out in a matter of seconds. Every one of you in the future will have access to more of these. As soon as you buy them, they start appreciating up literally hundreds of dollars because they sell out immediately. And because they are sold out, you start seeing that appreciation happen quickly. You also have the ability, if you want to share this with others, you can save yourself on taxes because it makes it a home business. And I will tell everybody, if you're concerned about your tax bill, then you want to have some sort of way that you can make money from home because of the legitimate tax deductions that can come along with that, and have the ability to earn legacy income potential that can literally pay you for efforts that you did once. The residual income that you can potentially earn here for just letting people know about this membership. No arm twisting, no sales. It can be literally life-changing for people. You have an e-commerce section. People want to set up their retirement plans backed by gold and silver. They can do that. And I'll tell you what, this is the most important part. I haven't even talked about this, but it's the training and education. If you want to get started with this, you're going to get a complete education on gold and silver bullion, teaching you the 5 different ways as to how to go out, or reasons as to why to buy gold and silver, helping you break down the category or categories that you fall into, and then even telling you which types of metals for you to buy if you're in that category. This is excellent. It's something everybody should listen to before investing in gold and silver, because it will help you make the best decisions for yourself. Then for making the best decisions on buying collectible coins, go through the collector certification training. This is what Danielle and myself had gone through to be able to learn how to be able to get coins that have appreciated over 30% in value. And so think about that. The same money sitting in a bank wouldn't earn anything close to that. But now we've got something that's appreciating, and it's appreciated in value before the price per ounce of silver is even increased. Okay, here's our stack and sell. We've already seen a video on that. You've seen what these coins have done appreciation. We travel also collectively. I mean, we have trips that we do as a company. We just came back from Cancun, Mexico. Everybody, every member, whether you're building or not, whether you just want to get the membership for its benefits, you're invited. However, if you are deciding that you want to share it, you can actually earn the trip. So that's one thing that people can do. But they go some of the best places, and you meet some of the best people. You know, this is David and Sonia, some really super nice people we got a chance to meet out in Idaho. But the Sound Money wallet, everybody, that digital wallet that you saw, that really is the heartbeat of this company, because you can go out there, share and earn, and be able to have those commissions put right into the wallet, which you could then flip into gold and silver. This is where I want to transition and talk to you about, if you decide you do want to let other people know about this, how this can be to your advantage. Now, some people, when you say, oh, share and earn, they start putting up an instant defense. I want to tell everybody this. This is a legitimate business model. These guys are completely compliant, and they're in touch with all the regulatory agencies, doing everything right. So you got something that's real here. But they spread their message by word of mouth marketing. Companies do it all over the place. DirecTV tells you they're going to give you discounts if you refer others to buy their plan. But here is something there, instead of the advertisers and all big tech getting the money, it goes to us, people across the country, as we spread the word to our friends and family and other members such as that. Remember the numbers, 44% couldn't afford a $400 emergency expense. What if we could help someone with that? What if we could help someone who lost their job because they refused to get some sort of a medical procedure? Or what if we were able to go out there and help someone whose business was completely destroyed by what happened recently? Okay, think about that. Well, how it works is like this. It's like a point system. Think of frequent flyer points, except this way, it's simply you have two teams. So when you introduce just simply two members, when you simply use this membership and you say, this is fantastic, I'm going to tell someone about it. And you're going to find people are going to ask you about it. Yeah, I got this great membership. Really, tell me about it. Okay, find two members and put them team one and team two. When you do, you earn points for memberships that people enroll with. Now, as they start and they go out and they do referrals as well, you're going to be able to earn points the same way like frequent flyer points that continue to accumulate as you or anybody in your team introduces other memberships, or anybody goes out and buys a collector coin to an autosaver. What we found is that these points can accumulate, and when you accumulate up to 500 on team one and 500 on team two, you've got a $500 check. In a nutshell, as you're about to see, you just basically earned your commission to be able to pay for the cost of your membership, and now you're in. There's two memberships, as you're about to learn, but this is a way you can literally be able to pay for the premium membership right there, just by simply letting a few people know about this, something they need to know about anyway, okay? And if you want to earn more than that, you can. As you refer more and your team collectively, you work collectively with your team, the points work through all of your team's collective efforts, and everybody benefits from the points. It can literally be life-changing. The commissions that you earn get deposited into your wallet, and then you can go out there and buy bullion. You can get the cash if you want. You can get the autosavers, whatever you like. Now, keep in mind, you don't have to go out there and share this with anybody if you don't want to. But if you want to, you have these options, and it will help you in terms of being able to supplement your income when you look at what's happening with the cost of living going through the roof and our wage is not moving. Now, you can earn a lot more income than that if you choose to. If you want to go out there and earn even increasing, life-changing income, the potential is there and will help you to get there. The most important thing is understanding the philosophy is what our company is all about. They're innovative. They're coming up with things that you're going to hear a lot more about this company down the road, because people need to get their hands on these precious metals. And as you see some of the different philosophies, they say we are the believers. They really, truly believe in everybody. And they want to work to create a great, incredible lifestyle. So I encourage everybody, just look at where you stand. You know, what is your situation? How are your finances? Are you in a good situation where you feel comfortable, even despite the turbulent times that are going on here? Let me tell you about the two memberships that we have. We have a standard membership and a premium membership. Both memberships will include all the member benefits that I already told you about, everything that I already shared. So you're going to get all of those benefits. However, if you decide that you want to share this with others, the premium membership is the ideal way to go because it gives you additional perks that can help you get off the ground quicker. If you can budget it and you want to share, that's the best way. If budget's an issue, or if you just want to get the membership for itself, the standard plan is also a good way to go. Now, the standard plan is $800 normally, $199 currently, and the premium is $1,500 normally and $499 currently. There are tremendous values. With the premium, you're going to also get 2 ounces of silver, one of them being an MS-70 perfect condition silver coin, and also another ounce of silver bullion. You're going to get other marketing materials and a full year of access to our back office, trainings, and the app. With a standard, you will get an ounce of silver, but it will just be a non-perfect coin that you'll get, and then you'll only get 3 months of those technology credits. But either way, you can't go wrong. And then pick the autosaver that you feel is the best one for you. You can change these whenever you want, but I'll tell you what, it's a great way to be able to have disciplined savings for yourself and for your family. And just tell the person who invited you which category you fall into. If you're a 1, it means, you know what, it looks good. I want to become a member, but I don't really want to share. And if that's the case, hey, no problem. Let's help you get set up and get seeing the benefits so you can see some savings right away. If you're a 2, it means, you know what, I want to get the membership, but I also know some people who could benefit. And I'd like to maybe do this on a part-time, spare time basis in terms of the sharing aspect. If you're a 2, just let us know that. We'll show you a way that can work around your schedule that can allow you to be able to do this very effectively and simply and having fun. And if you're a 3, says, you know what, I want to go out there and start sharing this with everybody because I want to change my life. I want to get full control of things. And you know what, I might even want to get that 100-ounce bar that I can earn in my first 90 days. So I'd like to make a run for it. So if you're a 1, 2, or 3, just let the person know who invited you, where you stand. If you have questions, let them know that too, and they'll put you on the phone with someone who can get your questions answered so you can make the best educated decision for yourself. But with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask just a couple more folks to maybe share their story real quickly, if I may. And first off, I see you out there, Seth. If you wouldn't mind just kind of sharing your story for about a minute or so about what your experience has been, that would be great. And then we'll come right back.
Oh, thank you guys so much. Can you hear me? Is my
Yes.
okay, perfect. So as I wrote in the quote here or in the chat box, I did this with no intention of ever getting involved in it. And it's because of the trust of building these relationships with Dr. Northrup, with her daughter, Annie, with Mark and Danielle, and a whole bunch of others over the course of a year and they kept showing it and bringing up, and I don't know, something just clicked and I went for it. And I've just been amazed at how fast it's transforming, and my excitement grows for it every single day. So it's like the way our species conducts business in this world is very divisive. We all go to jobs, we do things that keep us essentially disconnected from one another. Here's an opportunity to come together to create relationships within the context of business that serve each other, because I do well when everybody does well. So I could go on and on. There's a million things I could say, but I'll leave it at that for now.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Seth. Appreciate that. And Louis, would you mind just kind of sharing what your personal experience has been, what this has done for you? And are you out there? I don't know if
Yes,
you're still out
I
there.
am. Yes, I
Okay.
am. I knew back since '95, I heard someone say that every society, bar none, in the history of humanity that has ever introduced a fiat debt-based currency has had only one outcome, and one outcome only ever. And that's the total collapse of that currency and the economy. And so I just didn't know what to do. I bought some gold and silver like you guys did. But when Seth turned me on to this, I was very, very resistant. And then I just started going through some of the trainings, and I saw that what you guys had, what 7K has, is very disruptive. They're actually offering the paradigm in which to conduct commerce outside the matrix to some degree that was very appealing to me. And so when I started learning how to buy gold and silver both the bullion and the collectibles, I started doing it. Now, I didn't take all my fiat currency to buy the gold and the bullion. I kept a nice amount of the fiat currency aside just in case there's like another toilet paper run. But so I just knew that this was the right thing to do, and I feel really good about it. And I feel like we're in the new paradigm of how business is going to be done, and I'm loving the collectibles.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Louis. And Jay, would you mind sharing your story real quickly up in Canada? That would be
Yes, as a Canadian
fantastic.
member, Jay.
You're muted. You have to unmute. You have to unmute, Jay.
There we are. Okay. Hello. Yes, I came on in July, and I've had a marketing company for a really long time. I've been in my own business since I was 23. So I kind of don't run with the crowd at the best of times, and I don't like playing on stupid rules. So I kind of make up my own. But, you know, every once in a while, the government makes up some rules that we just can't fight, and the rug gets pulled out from underneath us. And that happened in March of 2020. So I quickly caught on to what was going on and decided, you know, it's reinvention time. And I decided at that time to cash in my traditional portfolio. And I started looking for investment opportunities because I felt very vulnerable. I thought, this is my fourth recession, and I can't have this happen again. You know, I've got to start stabilizing a little better and I've made some good financial decisions. I've made some lousy ones. So time to make some really, really good ones. So went deep into education to figure out what was going on in the world. And then I invested in a pre-construction real estate project. And then I started looking for, my radar was up for silver. So I started really looking for silver and looked into different aspects, different avenues. And then I saw an interview that Mark and Danielle had done with Nick Veniamin out of the UK, who somebody I follow. And what they were saying just really resonated with me. I love the membership concept. And when I got in, I got in purely for investment. And Mark and Danielle said, are you interested in sharing? And it was, no, I really don't have any extra time right now. I'm still digging myself out of the hole. And once I got into the membership and I started to understand the value of it, I just found it was, I just typed into the chat session to David and said, it's the real deal. Because David said, it's too good to be true. And, you know, in my marketing company, I pay $185 a month for maintenance on my website. Now that's not loading content, that's not updates, that's nothing. That's for somebody to go in the back end of my website and just to scan it and make sure there's no hacks and no disruptions or anything. And that's $185 a month just for that. So I know how much it costs to build a business and run a business. I have 3 of them. And this, you know, $200 membership or $500 membership that gives you a kick-ass website that you can completely run your business on, a digital wallet, the stack and sell so you can monitor yourself. It does look too good to be true, but it's true. And so I think the community and the education also, I have to mention those 2 points because it wasn't until, like many people, that I got into the membership that I started to see the bigger value of it. And part of it was the education. I went out looking for silver, not really knowing, like Mark and Danielle, where to go, what to do. But when I got in and had the education about how to buy, how to invest, how to help others do the same, that was really empowering. And then it just solidified that I'd made the right decision. So yeah, just huge value. I think there's something for everybody here, and understanding how the monetary system works and understanding where we're headed. And thank you, Dr. Northrup, for, you know, for really just nailing that, because it's just so important that people understand where we're going right now. You know, sound money is the way to go. Yeah, I feel very comfy here, and I love this community. It's a great group of people. So thank you, Mark and Danielle, for all of your leadership.
Well, thank you, Jay. And, you know, you've heard the word multiple times during this presentation, community, and we really have created an incredible community of honest and real people. You know, in a world that I think a lot of us in 2020, we realized that everything, for me, what I saw was everything that I thought was real was not, and it was fake. So to be able to start to you know, discern through that and to realize as far as the system of our monetary system, that gold and silver, God's money, was what was always real. And we were directed towards what was fake on purpose, by design, to keep us enslaved in the system. And to have a company, as far as I'm concerned, be divinely created at this time, I truly believe this is really the way we do create this new system that is real. And we're not here to convince, right? It has to resonate with you. If you have questions, let's, get you your questions answered. We have all kinds of stuff. I saw somebody mention the Better Business Bureau. We have a AAA rating on there.
Or A+ rating.
Oh, sorry, I'm talking AAA. What's it called?
I don't know.
Anyway, A+. We have just incredible ethical leadership who are here not to make money, but to really empower people, and obviously from a business savvy sense, so that the company continue to go on. They just manage everything beautifully. And what we're finding in the collectible space, this is what blows me away, is they will roll out coins that are on eBay going for, let's say, 1,000. And when they bring them to us, they're giving them to us, for more than half the price oftentimes. That to me says integrity. And it's just been an incredible.
Yeah, and I just want to say this, everybody, we're going to wrap up because
Yeah.
we don't want to keep anybody more than an hour. I know you probably have questions. If you do, please write them down and get back to the person who invited you. And let's get your questions answered individually. I know that we want to stay on as long as we can, but I don't want anybody thinking that anytime we're going to do one of these, you're going to be on for hours. That's not what the case is. So I want everybody to get your questions answered. Let people know where you stand. We're not here to convince anybody, as Danielle said. But if you do decide this is for you, we'll show you how to get your membership set up so you can maximize the benefits for yourself. And also, if you decide to share, we'll give you a plan of action that works around your schedule. So, but again, get back to the person who invited you. And if you responded to an email, get back to the person who sent you the email and let them know that you're interested too. We want to make sure you get all the answers so you can make the best decision. So with that, thanks so much, everybody. And again, we want to get your questions answered, but we don't want to keep it going more than an hour. So I hope everybody understands.
Thanks so
Okay.
much, everybody.
Thank you.
All right.
Merci.
Oui,
Thank
bonjour.
you,
Merci,
everybody.
à la prochaine.
À la prochaine.